step 2, what will the state provide? Now obviously we've got a new government. There's a lot of unknown going forward. It's going to be interesting times. We've got a budget set for the 22nd of June. And for our own clients, we will be monitoring that closely and making sure that if any changes need to be made to their situation, that we will be back in touch with them to make sure they don't miss out on anything. Now, the state pension is belittled quite often by many people, especially the media. And on its own, you can wonder how people can manage. But for the majority of our clients, it's a significant top-up to their other sources of income and retirement. Now, depending on your circumstances, you can have up to 4 pensions from the state. There's the basic old age pension, the state earnings related pension scheme, or SERPS as you may know it, the state second pension, and the graduated pension. Now, the graduated pension is for the older people. It was only around from 1961 and 1975, and the maximum you could get from that is £400 a year, so it's only a small addition. So I have a question for you. Does anybody here know what the current basic state pension is for a single person? I'll give you some choices. Anybody? Do. Well done. Yes, thank you. Can I have you as my phone a friend if I ever go on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? It is £97.65 a week. Now, if you're a married couple, that would be £156.15 a week, or nearly £8,000 a year. However, if your spouse has paid sufficient national insurance contributions, you could both be eligible for the £97.65 a week, which is nearly £200 a week, just over £10,000 a year. It's not to be sneezed at. You know, on top of what you already have, it does make a big difference. Now, to get the basic state pension, you need to have paid sufficient national insurance or had credits for a minimum number of years. Now, the good news is that from April of this year, you only need 30 years of credits to qualify for the full basic state pension. If you've been employed since 1978, not self-employed, I'm afraid, because that doesn't qualify, you're likely to have earned some additional pension in the form of state second pension or SERPS. The amount varies, but could amount to £100 a week or more. Now, depending on your circumstances, that will either be paid by the state, or by your employer, or via a personal pension arrangement. So, does anybody here know whether or not they've got contracted out of SERPS, or if they've got any SERPS benefits at all?
Both.
You've got both, yeah. That's quite often that you can have both. You can have contracted out at some stage and gone back in. So when can you take your state pension? Well, that's all been changing recently. So at the moment, men, it's still 65 to collect your state pension, and for women it has been changing. So women born after 1950 are seeing their state pension age increase gradually between 60 and 65. And in reality, any woman born after 1955 will have to wait until they're 65. Now, the bad news is that this country is in a bit of a pickle financially, and the last government and this government have actually said they're going to have to put up the state pension age. Now, the present government have muted that they're going to put it up to 66 from 2016 for everyone. So it's not definite, so watch this space. But the outlook is that going forward, it's going to be even higher. Now, hopefully for all those people here, they're going to be able to take it at 65, or if not, much longer after that. Now, you can find out how much you're entitled to from the state by applying to the Department of Work and Pensions for a state pension forecast. You forgot to click the key. It's very helpful, actually. You can order it either online, on the phone, or by post by filling in a BR19. And what this will tell you is the number of years credits that you have for national insurance. It will tell you an estimate of what you've earned to date for the various levels of those pensions. What you're likely to get at retirement, assuming your situation doesn't change. And they're quite helpful in telling you sometimes how you can improve on that. So if you haven't had a state pension forecast and want to know how to get one, just speak to one of the team at the end and we'll let you know, and it's really simple. So back to Bob and Carol. So Bob qualifies for the full basic pension. He also contracted, although he contracted out of the state earnings related pension scheme at some stage, he did contract back in, and he is entitled to £19 a week, making £116 a week that he's entitled to from the state. That's £6,000 a year. By the time Carol retires, she will also have 30 years of contribution. She's worked for the local government pension scheme for 20 years, and prior to that she would have got credits for the time that she was bringing up her children. But she won't get any additional pension from the state. Because the local government pension scheme is contracted out, they will pay the additional pension in her main scheme benefits. Now the other issue for Carol is that because she was born in 1954, she's got to have to wait till she's almost 65 to get her state pension. So in summary, between the two of them, they're going to get just over £11,000 a year, but not until 2018 for Bob and 2020 for Carol. Now if you remember, they want to retire in 5 years' time, so there is going to be a period of retirement when they don't actually get any income from the state. We'll be coming at it.